Hey guys, it's Fofo Tsukiyomi here today, and I'm going to be talking about the Bluelock episode Nagi chapter 20 that just came out yesterday. I was at school, so I couldn't review it. But boy, was this a wild chapter. Hiragi was OP, which begs the question, how is Nagi going to beat this guy and prove Hiragi's father? Because Hiragi hasn't done anything in the main story. But here he is cooking. So the chapter starts with them facing off. So Chigiri devised a plan for their best matchups, being Chigiri versus Zantetsu in a battle of speed, Nagi versus Nico, because if Barou presses Nico's the best person to steal it up front, but Nagi's trapping ability and his height over Nico is way better. And then we have the fact that, basically Barou versus Hiragi. We don't know anything about Hiragi, so they're just talking about how Barou should be fine with just pressing the guy because of his massive power. And he looks like the weakest. So they start, but as soon as Chigiri dashes for Zantetsu, Nico charges behind him because Chigiri can't get up to full speed in a 2-on-1 in this part of the story. So they notify his strong point, get the ball to Hiragi, and then he starts talking his crap, saying that fortune teller's foundation is statistics. So this guy is basically Hiragi when it comes to planning. He's got a good head and he basically devises plans through fortune telling and data, and he uses it to predict their future and how they would play. Like for instance, when Nagi opens his leg, he's easily able to predict that, and he basically passes it to Zantetsu. I don't know, I think it is Zantetsu who scores the first goal for the game, and I love his aura with the fortune telling cards. It is so cool. Big Data Soccer is really cool for me. That begs the question, why the hell is this guy not in the main story? So Chigiri's realizing that, and even Nagi's realizing that they really prepared for them with their defensive formations to nullify their strong points. Barou still doesn't give a damn. And they're using Nico's intelligence, which was really smart for them to use Nico's intelligence, because Nico has played against all three of these guys in the first stratum, so he would know the best about them. And that was very interesting because this is his first time facing Chigiri when he's trying, because Chigiri didn't try in their match. So this man must have watched bear game footage during the time. Bro was obsessed. So Barou dashes in and they call it a muscle brain play. They already know Barou's gonna go 1v3. So Barou uses his thunder chop. I actually thought Barou was gonna score because no one has really reacted to the thunder chop by this point of the story. But no, Zantetsu just keeps up, and this was smart because he just uses his speed to get in the way. And it's the fun thing is he's perfectly right. If you press Barou, you won't win in a power battle, but if you keep on blocking his point of shooting range with speed, that is actually a great way to stop Barou, and they used it to their full advantage. And since Barou won't pass to Chigiri, Hiragi comes from out of sight to stop him, and then they start the charge. It is insane. And I want you guys to look at this line, so you act independently and won't go along with an idea you didn't think up yourself. That explains Barou perfectly in a nutshell. Perfectly. In the Barou vs Shido video, I tried to explain this with the fact that Barou is a good team player. It's just, if he isn't in charge of the commands of the play, he won't give you the damn ball or pay attention to you. He wants it all to be off of his plans. Similar to how Hiragi and Bastard Merchant wants the goals to be out of his plan, and similar to even Kaiser, they want to score goals off of their own plans. So this was perfectly pitched, because some people will say just because Barou doesn't like pass, he's a very bad teammate. I mean, yes, he is hard to work with, but if he's in full control, oh my gosh, it's a story. Sorry, I just really need to get that addressed because so many people criticize Barou for that, but they finally explained his ideology right there, and I felt like I needed to speak about that. And then they talk about how his brain freezes. Sorry, let me catch my... Sorry. Bro, the Hiragi slander on Nagi is mental. We just got this in chapter 245 with the whole IQ roasting him. Everyone's been roasting the Hiragi thing, and now Nico even here is roasting them that it's a piece of cake without Hiragi and Rail, because those two usually do the thinking. And they're just a bunch of weapons without anyone coordinating how to use it. Then Nagi pulls up and says, "You're not gonna win with just your head." And then he says, "You're wrong." and he reveals he has a trapping ability, which is mental. He even touches Nagi's head and then scores the second goal. Beauty right there. And then he basically says he's the smart and nasty deputy director type. And this guy looks like Nagi, and he is one of my favorite characters. I never really talked about him because other than Bluelock episode Nagi, he's not really done much. So, and there's so many video suggestions. You guys should join the Discord, by the way. But yeah, I've never really gotten a chance to get to him. I might make a video on him soon personally, but I have so many videos to get to, so I doubt it. So Nagi is confused because he's like, wait, he's Hiragi, but then he's like, wait, no, his weapon trapping is just like me. So he's like, what the hell is he? Then he's like, oh shit, it's a hybrid of me and Hiragi. Then he's like, what the hell would Ray or Hiragi do at a time like this? We're always relying on his daddies for help. It's mental. And then Chigiri says that we're gonna lose at this rate. We gotta pick up things. We gotta look at our weak points instead of our strong points. He gives this whole spicy food explanation. You guys can look at it. I ain't gonna explain that thing, but it makes sense because we always try to analyze things we like, but we never talk about what we don't like. And then I love this panel so much when Barou's like, do it yourself, and Nagi's like, sounds like a pain. That's probably my favorite panel on the whole story, besides the Barou explain scene, because that clears up so much. Then Chigiri tries to take charge again. So Chigiri knows that he has a 2-on-1 situation with Nico waiting to ambush him from behind. So what he does is he passes it to Barou. And then Barou tries to get past him, but Barou is still stubborn. And it's revealed his greatest weakness is his personality. And it's hard for Barou because even if you know your greatest weakness, if it's your personality, that's a hard one to change. That's a hard cookie to swallow. And Barou is a hard-headed personality character. So I don't know how he's going to fix. I don't think Barou's going to be the one who fixes. I think it has to be Chigiri. But it might be Nagi. One of those two have to explode because Barou is definitely not going to explode. And then they explain Nagi's. It's that he's a prodigy and he doesn't know enough about soccer, nor does he care enough about soccer because he's a damn prodigy. And this has been shown in full effect in the Manshine match. And he just says, lose already, I'll educate you. And then the chapter ends with Chigiri saying, we won't let you take Nagi. And then Barou says, yeah, let's go, princess. What a chapter, man. I can't wait for these three to cook. I think Chigiri and Nagi are gonna explode in the next chapter. Chigiri needs to stop passing it to Barou because Barou is not gonna be the one to save this team. Barou is not gonna get rid of his personality issues just like that. Because even heading into the U20 selection and NEL, it took to NEL for Snuffy to even try to make Barou a different person. So I feel like Barou is still gonna be hard-headed in this matchup. So I doubt it. Nagi, I do not know what Chigiri is going to get this man to do. Nagi's going to have to explode. Chigiri's going to have to start using Nagi way more. Chigiri's going to have to be like the Hiragi or Ryo of this team. Chigiri is put on face with these two. And I talked about how I didn't want to talk about this until later, but like, Nico is OP, man. This man scanned everything and watched. Hiragi's Nagi of this. He's a hybrid. I felt like it was going to be a hybrid or something because of Nagi and Naruto, but I just didn't want to talk about it because of how he's not in the story. Zantetsu is finally being used rightfully. Oh, this is going to be fun. What are you guys' predictions for chapter 21? Because at the end of it, if they end the game really fast, which I doubt it, I think it's going to end like 4-5. I think because they have to take Zantetsu, I know they're going to win. But I feel like they're still going to score one more goal just to make more tension. I don't think they're going to score 5 goals in a row. And then, so in April, we're going to get Kyora Jin in the Bluelock episode Nagi manga. But, guys, March 8th is actually my birthday. And that's when the next chapter releases. So, it's going to be a good day. Peace out.